The preterite has some verbs that I like to call CHANCLA VERBOS or sandal verbs, and that just means that we have to treat them a little bit differently. So in the last video, we looked at regular verbs in the preterite, which means if it's an AR, you've got your easte o, amos estais aron, and if you've got your ER-IR verbs, you have iste yo, imos estais ieron, right? You should already have those memorized, and that process to form these verbs has 3 steps. Number 1, start with your infinitive. Number 2, drop off the AR, the ER, and the IR, and number 3, add your ending. Today, we're going to take that a step further. That was the process for regular verbs. Today, we're going to look at a different set of verbs called CHANCLA VERBOS or sandal verbs. Basically means there's an extra step, a 4th step. Let's draw our box of 6. Here we go. We don't need to worry about CHANCLA VERBOS in AR. Doesn't happen. And we don't need to worry about CHANCLA VERBOS in ER verbs. We're only concerned about IR verbs in the preterite. This extra step, right, that number 4 down there, will only happen in box 3 and box 6. You know, see, like it looks like a chancla. What is this extra step? Well, we're going to change the vowel in the stem, and it's either going to go from E as an elephant to I as in Indiana, or an O to a U. Those are the only 2 changes. It can only occur in IR verbs, and it's only going to occur in box 3 and box 6. Dormir is an O to U stem changer. Let's go ahead and conjugate this one. So step 1, start with your infinitive. Step 2, drop off your AR, ER, or IR ending. And step 3, add your ending. All right, dormi. I don't need to do anything extra because it's not box 3 or 6. Dormiste. But now look, I'm down in box 3, which means start with your infinitive. Drop your ending. Add ending, yo. But now I've got that extra step. That O changes to a U, durmió. Dormimos, dormistes, durmieron. Now, right now, you're going to need to go through that process. 1, 2, 3, 4, super slow. But when you get it and know it, it'll be much faster. Pedir, to ask for, to request. I'm going to tell you that that is an E to I stem changer. So let's conjugate it. Pedir, ped, pedí, pediste. And now box 3 is where this extra change comes from. Pidió. P-I-D-I-O. Pedimos, pedistes, pidieron. Box 3 and box 6, the chancla. Let's look at one more. Preferir, to prefer. I'm telling you that's an E to I stem changer. But which E changes? You look for the vowel closest to the end. The real question is, how do I know if they're CHANCLA VERBOS? Don't make me say it, people. Don't make me say it. You're gonna have to memorize, all right? One little secret is if you've got an IR verb in the present tense and it changes, it will also change in the preterite. So in the present, dormir was an O to UE, but in the preterite, it's an O to U. Pedir, E to I in the present, E to I in the preterite. Preferir, E to IE in the present, E to I preterite. All right, CHANCLA VERBOS. These stem change. So it's just one extra step that happens in box 3 and box 6. You know what? If you want some more practice, I'm going to put some links in the description to some books that are pretty inexpensive that might work, and also some verb conjugating websites. Suerte.